The definitive edition of Mortal Kombat 1 was released this week, and with it, unfortunately, solidifies that we're not going to be getting Kombat Pack 3. But I want to break down what could have been, what's included in the final edition of Mortal Kombat 1, and potentially what's still to come. So let's get to it. So, Warner Brothers Games and other studios announced and released the definitive edition of Mortal Kombat 1. Available on all platforms, the Mortal Kombat 1 Definitive Edition offers the game packaged together with previously released downloadable content, or DLC, and it includes Mortal Kombat 1, obviously, Mortal Kombat 1 Chaos Reign Story Expansion, the Kombat Pack fighters Quan Chi, Ermac, Takeda, Takashi, Omni-Man, Peacemaker, and Homelander. We have cameo fighters Tremor, Chameleon, Janet Cage, Mavado, and Farah. We have Kombat Pack 2 fighters as Cyrax, Sector, Noob Saibot, Ghostface, Conan the Barbarian, and the T-1000 Terminator. We have the cameo fighter from Kombat Pack 2, Madame Bo. We have the Shang Tsung fighter. We have Tournament Liu Kang character skin. We have the Jean-Claude Van Damme character skin, along with his voice, likeness, and outfit for Johnny Cage. We have the Wedding Scorpion and Empress Melina character skins. We have the Ultimate MK3 character skins for Sub-Zero and Noob Saibot. We have all the Animality finishing moves. And you get 1,250 Dragon Crystals for in-game currency. So I think for people that have been holding out from buying the game, even after Chaos Reigns came out, I think it's actually a really good value. And I'm sure, once holidays come around, it's going to get discounted pretty well. So I think for that, it's going to be really good. Now, it's not mentioned in the press release, but as shown in the trailer for this, the Floyd Secret Pink Ninja event is still available for you to find and battle as well. So with all that, I think it's, again, really good value. There is additional content that's being released with this release of Mortal Kombat. So we have the Mortal Kombat movie skins are also available, and that includes the Mortal Kombat 2 movie skins for Johnny Cage, Shao Kahn, Kitana, and Scorpion. Obviously, that's for the movie that's about to come out in October. And the Mortal Kombat original movie skin for Sub-Zero, because he's not going to be in this one. He's going to be Noob Saibot. Additionally, all Mortal Kombat 1 owners are eligible for in-game rewards by linking an active US-based Max, now HBO Max account to a Warner Brothers Games account connected to Mortal Kombat 1 for PlayStation 5, Xbox, PC, and Switch, I believe. The exclusive items include 2 color palettes for Scorpion's Order of Darkness character, Maximum Fire and Internal Heat, and 2 color palettes for Sub-Zero's Order of Darkness character skin, 0 Degrees and Extreme Chill. So I think that link I'll put it in the description down below, but I think it's still active and you can get that today. So, what didn't we get with Kombat Pack 3? I'm planning on trying to do like a deep dive video, but overall what we didn't get, as has been exhaustively discussed on this channel through leaks and rumors over the last year, Kombat Pack 3 ultimately would have been included Jade, Cassie Cage, Kung Jin, Sonya Blade, and Kano, just at a high level, being added to the main roster with additional cameo fighters and, of course, guest characters. That's what we did not get. Now, could there still be hope for more DLC for Mortal Kombat, even if we have this definitive edition of the game? Well, what we have left is the Mortal Kombat 1 Pro competition is still going on. The next tournament takes place at Brussels Challenge on May 17th, which would be the time of this recording. The next one is at Combo Breaker 2025, then EVO in Las Vegas in August, all leading up to the final Kombat World Championship event in September. Warner Brothers has recently said that Mortal Kombat 1, in addition to Hogwarts Legacy, has been keeping the wheels going for Warner Brothers Games and has been keeping their quarterly revenue afloat despite financial major losses from Multiverses, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. With recent sales of Mortal Kombat 1 content and the new Definitive Edition, Warner Brothers Games looks to keep going and bring in additional revenue. So for them, it's all about the money. Does this mean there's still potential for a Kombat Pack 3 or any new DLC content? We still have gaming events coming up like Summer Game Fest, Combo Breaker, and EVO that could potentially give hope for new content announcements. But I think with this Definitive Edition of Mortal Kombat 1, we are done with the game, I think. The only other content I would have hoped that they would have held out a little bit longer for would have been the Mortal Kombat 2 movie skins to be released more around the time of the movie, but that would have had to happen after September, and the game's 2-year mark is in September, so I don't think that was going to happen. I mean, we didn't even make it to that mark. Warner Bros. Games has recently scrapped additional Hogwarts Legacy expansions and bundles, so it looks like they're just focusing on what's next instead of churning out new content for its current games. I think they've lost so much money with the other games. For them, it's just like, let's just scrap what's going on right now and let's start anew with a more heavier hand on what makes the money. So they're obviously focusing on Mortal Kombat, Hogwarts, Harry Potter, bringing back Batman Arkham, stuff that works and IPs that work. They're going to focus on that. So what's next then? Now we have obviously another NetherRealm Studios game announcement possibly coming, right? We know they've got to be working on something next, and Ed Boon has stated that they've already had it planned out. But it's possible that after the Mortal Kombat Pro Competition Championship, after that wraps up, or maybe during the Mortal Kombat 2 movies release, at this year's Game Awards, that's in December, or maybe during one of the next Warner Bros. Quarterly calls, we could get an announcement about what is next from Warner Bros. Games for NetherRealm Studios or directly from NetherRealm Studios. I don't know if it's going to be another Mortal Kombat game. I mean, given what Warner Bros. Says, that looks like it could be the case, but we also have Injustice, which is a very popular game. I don't think as popular as Mortal Kombat, but Warner Brothers is really heavy-handed right now with James Gunn and the DC, DC verse and all that kind of stuff going on. So we could be getting maybe something like that. But I would say it's one of those. I don't think they would take the risk of doing a whole new IP. We had the Wonder Woman game that got scrapped. So I think Warner Brothers Games is not really in the realm of taking chances right now. Many players and fans are obviously upset by this news, and interviews of Ed Boon saying that Mortal Kombat 1 will have years and years of support and content haven't really aged well. Uppercut Editions on Twitter's, I think, spoke to this about what fans might receive the next game or announcement pretty well from NetherRealm Studios. So on Twitter it said, "It's understandable that people are upset. We were told more cameos, more content, and all these pills and interaction amounted to nothing. Longer support? It's going to be tough when they announce their next game and expect pre-orders to blow the doors off after doing this." I think that's very much the case. After covering Mortal Kombat content as long as I've been doing, I find that a lot of true fans and players of the game that really take joy and pride in streaming them, playing the games, and in the content, I think Mortal Kombat 1 kind of put a bad taste in their mouth. I think some try to give it a good go no matter what, but I think ultimately they just decided it wasn't worth their time. It wasn't what they were used to. It wasn't what they wanted. And I think whatever we would get next from NetherRealm Studios, unless Ed Boon really can be the buffer, which, judging by this, probably not, I think we're going to lose a lot of fans. I think people are going to take a break. I think maybe it's time that Mortal Kombat takes a break. Maybe that's what we need. I think what made Mortal Kombat 11 very successful was that we had a little bit longer duration between games, and there was that kind of graphical improvement, player, gaming mechanics. There was just a lot more involved that made that game worth playing, and I think that's by far the most successful game to date. I know Mortal Kombat 1 has high sales, but I think overall it was, a lot of players consider it a failure. So, what do you think about Mortal Kombat 1, the Definitive Edition? What are your thoughts on Kombat Pack 3 and us not getting it? Do you still think there is hope based off of where and when we might can get an announcement? And if we do happen to get new DLC, what do you want that to be? Let me know in the comments down below. That's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed that like button, if you want to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time on the Mashup.